Hi there, welcome to my video. I'm Kiri again at the Christchurch Review of Books, as the channel's now called. And of course it's the matching website where I've been doing reviews for about the last 5, 6, 7 years on and off. And anyway, so welcome to the video. It is Thursday, I had to think about that one. Thursday the 23rd of December 2021. And if you celebrate Christmas where you are, happy Christmas. It's only a couple of days till the big day, and everyone here makes the fuss like most Western countries. Hoping for a little bit of a low-key one myself. Lots of things in the air, lots of things going on with health issues with family members and so on. So, you know, it's going to be a bit of a subdued one this year for me. Anyway, what else am I going to be here to talk about? Well, hopefully next time you see me, I shall have new eyeglasses. Bit the bullet and actually had my eyes tested for the first time in 3 years the other day. There's no surprising it turned out my eyesight has deteriorated quite a bit since the last time. I'm struggling to read in low light conditions and all that type of thing that comes with age. So went along there, had all the tests done. Luckily my eyes are healthy inside. They showed me the scans of my retina and what have you. That's good. No glaucoma either, so the pressures are good on them. The only thing that disappointed me, I had picked out several options of frames that I'd liked for the new glasses on their website. And of course, when I actually go into the store, they had none of them, and none of them available. They couldn't even get them in the apparently website exclusives, which is a bit of a pain. So I had to compromise and get the best looking ones I could find. I'll probably look like an old nana in them, but never mind. So I'm hoping to pick the glasses up maybe next week. Also next week, a week from today, I shall be on my way back from a job interview. I'm hoping to get a position with the organisation I was working with up to last month. They've got a new role in the COVID, endless COVID battle, and looks okay to me. Just getting to the new location, maybe an issue with the buses as they are at the moment. Our bus schedules are running permanently on Saturday schedules because of a lack of drivers, which means there's some bus routes, there's only like one bus an hour, which really isn't good enough. Hopefully they can sort something out by beginning of next year or the end of January. Hopefully it's a bit of a pain for those of us who don't drive and rely on public transport. Anyway, also today I am experimenting with a ring light. I saw a nice Kodak branded ring light advertised online, well reviewed online, and of course it's not available in New Zealand yet. So I found the nearest equivalent, which was a real cheapy Chinese made, probably junk one, which just clips onto the phone and the camera and what have you, and illuminates things with a LED ring, as most ring lights do. I'm not sure it's going to make a huge amount of difference in daylight filming light right now, but we'll just see if it kind of helps anyway. We'll see once I look back at this video. Anyway, the thing I wanted to mostly talk about today is David Sedaris's book, A Carnival of Snackery. Finished this last week, about a week ago, and it's hard to do a review of a book like this because it doesn't have a plot or a main narrative. It is simply polished diary entries over the last 20 odd years, and it is a follow-on from his first book of diary entries, the book Theft by Finding, which I think came out in 2017. I really enjoyed that one. That was more of a chronicling of his struggle to become successful from a pretty tough life where he was into drugs and alcoholism and all sorts of weird stuff. Pulled himself up and found his talent for writing, and this one really continues on his life as a writer. So he's no longer struggling to survive, he's living life on more or less on his own terms, and he gets into a habit of going on these massive tours, signing books, talking to his fans, and takes them all around the world, and that's what a lot of this one covers. There's some through-line threads where he's takes a lot of time to discuss his relationship with his father. So they seem to both have a love-hate relationship with each other, and his father's health waxes and wanes on and off throughout the years as well. The other main thread is his family, as in a lot of his later books, his family has become very important to him, his sisters and what have you. So they appear a lot in his diary entries. A lot of these entries do seem familiar to you if you're a fan of David Sedaris's books of essays. A lot of these entries he's expanded into essays in his later books. So it does a little bit of deja vu going on there if you've read many of his books. Other things that continue on in the book, he has like a thread running of jokes that people tell him at signings. Some of them are quite funny. I found myself chuckling out loud several times. And another thing that runs through the book is he collects insults from people like in Eastern European countries like Romania and onwards to Turkey. I'm not going to repeat any of them here, but they're very hair-raising. Also, he does a little mental exercise sometimes when he's in certain situations with other people, and he thinks of what's the worst or most shocking thing he could say in this situation. And some of those are quite funny. It does show a kind of darker side of his personality than what might show through in a lot of his writing. So anyway, just to be brief, I really enjoyed it. Probably to get the full effect you need to read the first volume, Theft by Finding, just to show where he came from and how he got to where he is now. So in this one, he's living part of the year in the United States, Eastern States, Connecticut, what have you, and North Carolina, sorry. And half the year he's living in France, and then he moves to a house in West Sussex in England. And yeah, so he travels frequently, and when the age of COVID arrives, he finds himself travel curtailed, and then there's a lot of musing about that near the end of the book. Okay, so, just hit the tripod, sorry about the shaking. So that is David Sedaris, A Carnival of Snackery. The title comes from a sign a friend of his sees in an Indian restaurant buffet, and gave to David as a joke, and he has used it as the title. So that's A Carnival of Snackery. Now what I'm reading at the moment is this, Leviathan Falls. Now this is book 9 in the Expanse series, the Expanse books, which have taken a slightly different path than the Expanse TV series, which is ending with series 6, currently screening on Amazon. The books have a bit of a time jump after the 6th book, and then on to the main story about the Laconian Empire and how it uses alien technology to try and lord it over the rest of mankind, and how our plucky heroes take part in the effort to take them down. Now, this book supposedly wraps up a lot of the loose ends. I've seen some mixed reviews online. A lot of people think it's a little more low-key than they wanted. They wanted a big explosive ending. Well, I'm only about a quarter way through it, and it's really good so far. I think it does drift into the schmaltzy a bit when it talks about the main crew that and their relationships and what have you. I think that's to be expected after 9 books. It's part of the thing that attracts people to these books is the plucky crew doing its thing. I've always been more interested in the inscrutable alien intelligences and what have you that have been lurking around in the background. But a mix of both those things is what makes the Expanse series special. I've been reading them since probably 2013, 2014. I know I wanted to get a jump on the TV series when I knew that was coming out, so I started reading the books, and I've been grabbing them ever since. And a couple of years ago I had slacked off my reading of them, and so I read the previous 3 books all in one go. I think there were reviews of them on the website as I did that. So I'll be sad to see it goes, and of course it's not the last actual book in the series, it's the last in the main narrative, but there is a physical book coming out next year called Memories Legion, which collects all the short fiction which the same authors wrote set in the Expanse universe. I think that comes out in March. So I think that's about all for today. Like I said, Merry Christmas to you if you celebrate it. Happy holidays if you celebrate any other holidays that fall on this time of year. And hopefully next time I see you I'll have new glasses and maybe word on a new job. Alright, so see you later. Have a good time.